We
Hi.
did it. I'm like super excited. Let me turn my volume up. Let's see.
Okay,
Can you hear
good.
me?
And I'm not sure which account I'm signed in on. I'm not a tech wizard,
The
unfortunately,
real
but yeah.
cricket.
Oh, yeah, that's my, well, who knows? I don't know if this will show up on there, but Flat Soulful Scene is my Instagram, but you know, I didn't know which one I'm in.
Okay, that's a cool name too, by the way. I
Thank
like
you.
that name. How are you?
Well, I'm doing great. I'm so honored to be here. Thanks for having me. Thanks for taking some time to just talk.
Absolutely. We're a team and we're building. I love our whole community. So I'm loving this. So let's start off our interview. First of all, what city and state are you going to be representing Stand Tall for?
Yes, so I am a co-ambassador with Katie Murray at in Portland, Oregon. So
Oh,
yeah, I live in Bend, Oregon, but we started Katie started a group over in Portland, and it is sort of a larger metropolitan area. So there is a we're doing the Making Strides walk on Saturday, October 8th. So yeah, we're Stand Tall AFC Portland. Woohoo!
oh, raise the roof.
Raise the roof, right? Yeah, like raise the roof, raise our shirts. Yeah.
Right? That's a good slogan. Raise the roof, raise our shirts.
Absolutely. Don't have to, but you never know. You might.
Well, what does Stand Tall campaign mean to you?
You know, the Stand Tall AFC campaign is really near and dear to my heart on so many different levels. I had the opportunity last year to work with Renee Ridgely and Stacy Sigmund on the groundbreaking year in terms of the procedures. Stand Tall had sort of been around as a concept for a while, but yeah, last year I got to work sort of alongside the two of them to start the process and build it up. So it has that phenomenal meaning to me. But the real meaning behind that is, you know, as a breast cancer survivor, I was diagnosed in, 2019, and, you know, went through this journey to becoming flat. And I guess for me to be able to know that I am standing up for myself and for other women who've made a choice, right? A choice
Right.
about what to do with their bodies and what to, you know, just normalize. I mean, the campaign's about normalizing this concept of going flat and shared decision making with providers. And so I guess I was really fortunate that I had providers who were supportive. But it just makes me all the more determined to be a part of this campaign forever, as long as it's
Right.
around, to be able to be out there and to help other women who aren't as lucky as me or who are and who are struggling.
It's so crazy because I seen your picture. You look so cool last year. You look so beautiful. So you inspired me to get out there this year and represent. And so you set a little bar. So thank you for being so transparent and giving us something to look forward to this year and knowing how we should represent and what we need to do. So I did see your picture and I appreciate it. You look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
So when did you first go flat?
I went flat straight. So I was diagnosed in September of 2019, and then I had 4.5 months of chemotherapy. And then in February of 2020, I went flat, right direct to flat at my double mastectomy surgery. I had breast cancer only in my right breast, but I have a gene called PALB2, which is like BRCA3, and a history of breast cancer in my family. My grandmother had mastectomies. So yeah, I chose to go flat. I had a lot of time. I feel like I love listening to other people's stories. So I just love that you are doing these interviews, because I had a lot of time to think about it. And I was very lucky that I had a surgeon who, laid it out as an option. It was actually my oncologist who originally told me about International Flat Day, actually. And she's like, you could go flat. Because I thought, oh, I'll have implants, right? That's what I'm going to have. And she just said, there's a day called International Flat Day. You don't have to do anything. She said, you don't have to do anything. You could just stay flat. And I was like, oh, okay.
So that's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. And so hearing that from her, and then I went to my surgeon and talked with him. And I guess because of the fact that I was going to have radiation, he was like, well, you can never have reconstruction on your radiated side. It just isn't going to work.
Wow.
So, and I've heard your story, by the way. It's,
And I,
yeah,
I'm like, I wish somebody would have told me that. Like it's like you had some really good doctors on your side to give you information. So
yeah, I felt very lucky because I did go through and it was like, well, you can have your left side can be implanted, and then your right side we can do all this funky stuff, deep flap, I guess. We'll bring your
right.
muscle over, we'll cut out this football size shape out of your stomach, and everyone's like, oh, you should get it this tummy tuck, right? And I'm like, okay. And then I saw the pictures and like, wait a minute, I gotta have my stomach cut up and stuck up on my chest, and I might have a like a belly button on my chest, which I don't think is reality, but that's kind of scared me.
Yeah.
And so I had a lot of time to think about it. And I realized that for me, the healthiest option as a single mom with two teen boys who were in their young teens at the time was like to just go flat. And my surgeon was real clear about I needed to do my work to be ready to be on that table with him, that he would do his work. And he left me feeling like, okay, I was confident in him, but he said, you're going to need to do your work too. And it was some work.
I
But
mean, so that means that's my next question. Were you supported in your decision? So were you just supported in your decision? But you say you're a single mother.
yeah. Yeah, I was supported. My family is back east. So I was kind of out here without family. So I think everyone in my family was really supportive. I feel like my community, having gone through chemo, people do rally around people. I was lucky. People rallied around me. And so I did feel supported. I think it was kind of interesting to tell people, that I am going to not get reconstruction. I think that's the standard. I think that I felt like that was sort of what everyone expected.
Yeah, yeah, because you don't know. I mean, I didn't even know that was an option until I met Renee and everyone. This whole team. I'm like, wow, and I felt my healthiest now. I was in and out of the hospital for 2 years, and I haven't been in the hospital in a long time. And this is not even new to me. I'm so used to being like, having surgeries, but I feel so free and just at my healthiest right now. So how have you adjusted to being flat?
Well, being flat has been great for me. I think it was a lot of adjustment. I didn't want to take the bandages off, but once I took the bandages off after my surgery, I just started to just focus in. And interestingly for me, not having hair, any hair, and not having breasts, I went through this period of like sort of wondering, who am I? Like we all do, I think.
Yes.
But the adjustment took time. I didn't just sort of wake up and go, okay, I'm going to go take my shirt off, at these walks. It just took time for me to really get in touch with my body, spend time getting in touch with what is it like. I knew that I didn't want to go through what was being presented to me as reconstruction just to have mounds under my shirt. I respect Well, I respect everyone's right to do what they need to do for them. Yeah. But I just was like, okay, and looking good in clothes, I don't know. I can look good in clothes no matter what I got under that.
Right? Yes.
So,
Yes. So what would you tell someone that's faced with a mastectomy? What would be your advice to them?
gosh, my advice to them would really be that there is, number one, listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. If you're not getting, answers, if you're not getting your questions answered, you're not feeling like you're getting the information you need, search out. Number one,
Search.
search out. Yeah, search out more answers. The online community that was available to me, because when I went flat, it was aesthetic flat closure was still not a term that was recognized. So I just joined a lot of groups, Facebook groups, really, to be honest. And the community, the flat community that's out there, is so incredibly supportive, and I think provides a particularly wonderful platform to learn about the different options, to see photos, to hear the struggles, you know, belly, Buddha belly, you know, and all that stuff. And like what happens, like, how did I get this belly? And, you know, the reality is it might have been hiding under my breast the whole time. Yeah. So search out the support system that you need. Know that you're not alone. Um, know that you're not alone. And don't be afraid to, when you're ready, to talk with people and to say where you're at. Are you struggling? It's okay. It's okay to struggle. In fact, I think really in the end, cancer is horrible, right? Cancer is horrible. And I think to just make the healthy choice that you're needing to make, and then to start to reconnect with yourself, with your body. You know, what is it that's now this body without breasts? And what does that mean to your, or to my, I guess to speak personally, what did it mean to my femininity, who I was as a woman? Was I a woman? You know, was I going to enjoy sex? You know, all those questions kind of come up. And I think the answer is we are the creators of our own life.
Yep.
And we are whole, whether we have breasts on our chests, whether we're missing a leg, whether we have other uniquenesses, I guess. And I think I would say you are whole.
Yes.
You are whole without your breasts.
Yes, that was good. Thank you. Y'all feel like you're talking to me, girl. Thank you. So one more thing is what did you want? Okay, what made you want to be an ambassador for Stand Tall?
Well, you, for one. Because I had been involved last year and I have a lot of personal stuff going on this year. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to be involved. And I watched the video, you know, that was put together for not putting on a shirt to, you know, for the breast surgeons conference in Las Vegas last year. And or was it early this year? I don't even remember. It all blurs together.
Yes.
And I heard your story. And
oh my God.
yeah, I heard your story and I just thought, you know, number one, it's part of my own healing to be an ambassador. And then who else can I help? Because I was given this life, I was granted the gift of more life. And so what can I do with that?
You need to cry. I'm sorry.
I'm not here to make you cry. I don't want to go down with a bad reputation.
Okay.
But you know what? So the ripples, Tesha, that you and I and all of these incredible ambassadors and the folks associated with your campaign, Elizabeth and Renee, Christy, Kim with not putting on a shirt, just all of you are what we do, what you do, what I do, what all of us do as ambassadors and walkers in October has ripple effects, not just now, but for generations to come, because eventually there will be no issue. This will be an equal option for women to choose, and they won't have to go through psych evaluations. You know, that's what it's about for me. No woman should have to be denied her right to do what she needs to do with her body to save her life, right? Because right
it's
now,
an option. Like it's not even told to us that is another choice. And so it's like they don't even give us that choice at all. And
yeah, and so here's
so
the
much.
choice. Here's the choice, right? Like you get implants, which now after the study that came out last week,
yeah,
basically implants give you cancer, right? So we're trying to get away from cancer, and we're doing things to our body that give us cancer. And no, that's not all. And I don't, you know, but you know what? Yes, sorry. This should not be, yes, I want to leave this cancer, but I want to take this cancer. It shouldn't be a smorgasbord of which cancer you want. It should be about just doing what you need to do to stay
healthiest choice for us in the long term, you know. And I feel so healthy. I feel so free, even though I know my body is kind of, you know, not portioned correctly. And sometimes it's difficult, you know. I'm going to like pool parties in Vegas and everybody's in bikinis and I'm like covered up. But I'm like, you know what? I'm here and I'm going to figure this out. And I feel healthy. I remember being in Vegas last year for my birthday and I was sick. I was like, my implant started to come out while I was at the Usher concert. And I'm like sweating and popping antibiotics while I was in Vegas. This time I was able to really enjoy myself. I may not look like everyone else, but I made it work and I had a really good time. So
I'm so impressed you saw Usher. He's on my list.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
It
like,
was the best concert ever, girl. I'm like, he's back too in Vegas. It was like a show. So yeah, it was for my 40th. So I had the best time, other than my breast, my implant falling out again. But other than that, I had a really good time.
yeah.
So what message do you want to send to the people that, see you at the walk? What message are you like to send to them?
That I'm okay
Yeah.
and that they're okay. And they can, I think my memories from last year's walk keep me going, because seeing women who either had prosthetics in and were walking and had the courage to come over, and they would hug us. And one of them even just took out her prosthetics and walked. So that you're okay, and that it is okay. There's nothing scary, or there's nothing scary about a woman's chest. There's nothing scary about it. And it's an incredibly healthy option, a beautiful option, a powerful option. So yeah, like, come join the party. Let's not be afraid. Like, let's not be afraid, you and I, meaning you and I, and people who are there at the walk, let's not be afraid to have difficult conversations
Mm-hmm.
about what it's like to have cancer and what it does to our bodies. And come join me. Come hug me.
So who's on your team? Who will be on your team this year?
Oh gosh, we have 18 people so far.
Yes.
And I know we're super excited. So we have Katie Murray. I'm the co-ambassador. She talked with Elizabeth last week, I think.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so Katie Murray, she's over there in Portland, and then we have, I think, some of her family is walking with us. I'm meeting with a woman tomorrow from Bend who might want to go. We're just going to talk about it. She hasn't been a part of it, so I'm going to go, like, just talk with her and see, how she's feeling about it. And then people really from all up and down the Oregon, not necessarily the coast area, but really the central part of Oregon. We have coming from, I think, as far south as Medford. And we're going to get together the night before. We're kind of making a celebration of it. At International Flat Day, we're going to celebrate. Thank you, Christy and Kim and all those who founded International Flat Day. We're going to have a dinner the night before, and kind of, there's lots of nervous energy around.
Yes.
So we're going to have some dinner. We're going to chill, and then, just talk about what people are excited about. And
That sounds nice. So we have my walk is on October 8th as well. So yeah. So we'll be doing it together, and that's great.
oh, that's great. Yeah. And then I definitely need to shout out to the Chicago team. So I'm going to be on the Chicago team as well.
I'll see you there.
Oh, no way.
I can hug you in person. Cool.
Yeah. So we'll be in Flat Retreat. I'm going to the Flat Retreat. Thank you, Flat Retreat, for putting that on. The ball the night after. But yeah, I'll be walking in Chicago. I guess that team, topped 40 today. I think I got an email. So I'll be there as well. Really looking forward to that. And then just, I guess what I'd want to say to other ambassadors and other teammates is, I'm so honored to be walking with you. Tasha, I'm so honored to be walking with you on the 8th, and then on the 15th or 14th, whatever day it is, 15th. I'm just really honored to be walking with you. I feel stronger and more powerful walking with you all, beside you all. I'm so grateful to Stand Tall AFC for continuing this campaign and, hitting Europe. And I just think we're all stronger together.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Thank you so much, Cricket. I can't wait to meet you. I'm going to give you the biggest hug, and I'm going to twirl you in a circle.
Okay. I don't know if this is okay, if anybody's ever done this, but this is what I do. So this is what I do when I can to say, you know what? It's all good. And we walk together. No matter what we look like here, it's here.
Yes. We love you.
Love you too. Thank you, Tasha.
Mm.